M2O, so much legacy, so much history, and we have a few OGs here. I mean, Kai, of course, always been an OG, and definitely, in my opinion, a foil instigator. It's been 9. Hello, almost 9 years since we saw you pumping back and doing a 2-for-1, and it's been a decade, and we had so much sup, and you've been doing this channel for so long. Let's just do a little memory lane for a second, man.
I mean, it's just crazy to think it's almost been a decade, especially because when I started going downwind, it was in a way to escape the limits that we reached on the SUP race boards, because on a 14-foot board, my best average, no matter what, was 9.5 miles an hour downwind, 14 top speed. And, you know, it's a lot of work to make those boards go really fast. But in this case, with the foil, what it opened up is the ability to go extra quick. And, you know, looking at Maui to Molokai just now, the top 20 would have won last year's race. That's how much faster everyone has sort of gotten. And the record was smashed by Kane this year. And, you know, it's just, when I first started doing it, I thought, and, you know, the first few Molokai2Oahu races were like this, where there was like 5-10 guys, you know, and it was competitive, but it was a tight pack, you know. And now there's like hundreds, and it's extremely competitive. It's kind of like cycling in the sense where you get into these big groups, the pelotons, and I never thought it'd get as popular or as big as it is now, but I'm really happy about that, because that's just what makes the sport great. It's just more people doing it. And the best thing about downwinding on a foil is, besides the escort boats, when you're out there and you're just going on a foil, you could have hundreds, you could have thousands of people, and you can still have your own wave to yourself. You know, that's what's so cool, is we're not fighting over a finite resource like waves. You know, we're actually you want to go out with as many people as you can. That's pretty unique to the sport. And, you know, as the equipment gets better, as it gets easier to do, hopefully more people do it, and more people want to challenge themselves, maybe not for a win, but just for, you know, to say they went in between one Hawaiian island and another, and quite a treacherous channel.
Yeah, I mean, it's been always like this, like it's a bucket list item for many. And just thinking about back in the SUP days, when it was a grind across the channel, and you were kind of like in tune with, like, you know, we had Travis and Connor out there, was always kind of the battle, and you were kind of always know where they are, and it was kind of like a 5-hour, 4.5-hour deal. And now it's so quick. Can you even pay attention to competition other, or you just like racing like mad and don't even think about?
I mean, the nice thing back in the SUP days is it was like, okay, everything moved in a little bit of slow motion, in the sense where, you know, if you did miss a bump, you could catch up if you just like, okay, I'm getting my mind right, you find your own pace, and you just get your rhythm. Now with foiling, if you miss one bump, that guy could be 100 yards ahead of you. And so everything happens really fast. But I would say there's more of a racing element than even, you know, the previous paddle sports, because it's so neck and neck, back and forth. Like, I might, you know, exchange a position with somebody like 100 times until either they get me or I get them. And so it makes it really competitive, and it makes it, you know, challenging, because there's no cruising. You get on a glide and you might rest for a second, but you're immediately looking at that next glide. So it's wound up. It's just fast forwarded. You know, this type of racing is really cool, because one guy could be, you know, a mile south, and within a couple of minutes they could be right next to you, and then they could be north of you. And so it's really strategic. If you do not make a good line on the foil, you're probably going to potentially lose the race, because the line really matters, since everything's moving fast. I mean, now we're looking at the average speed of the top guy can be up to 20 miles an hour. Top speed can be up to 34 miles an hour that I've seen. And so for this race, it'll probably be a little lower, because we're going so far. But just those speeds you're dealing with are like as fast as the boats are moving across the channel. So it's extreme. So cool. Super stoked to see what's happening tomorrow. Thank you so much for your words, Kai. All the best. Mahalo. Aloha.